barriers, the taller I become. The farther you take my rights away, the faster I will run. You can deny me, you can decide.
Bairbre de Brun, you've done an undone history here today. You're top of the pile, you're cock of the walk. What does that say to you?
First of all, the results aren't in yet. The election count has to be completed, and I will wait for the election count. But my focus in this election throughout has been on getting re-elected, on continuing the work that I have been doing, and on helping to build a society based on partnership and equality. That remains my focus here today.
Bairbre de Brun, a blind man and a galloping horse in there can see that you've robbed home. The whole intention of the Democratic Unionist Party was to stop republicanism strutting, in the words of Peter Robinson, across Europe. Are you empowered now to call yourself the vice of Northern Ireland?
We are all empowered as a society coming out of this election to move forward together, to work in partnership, to work on build a society based on equality. That has to be our focus coming out of this. We need to tackle the scourge of sectarianism. We need to work on the issues in the economy that are facing people here today, and we need to do it together. And that's what I want to do, and I want to play my part in doing that.
Overall in the South, our vote is up. We've had some significant gains in places that we haven't had representation in a very, very long time. In Kilkenny, in Cork, in Limerick, in Wicklow, in Donegal, and other places throughout the state. So, sin my maid, agus mar a dúirt me, ha mi fear buick ar nadini a bhí an a hasib ar son Sinn Féin, ar Iarahori, nadini a bhí ag obair ar son Sinn Féin, agus go haraha nadini a hug votí Sinn Féin.
Now the largest party in Northern Ireland, according to this election. How do you feel about that?
Well, it's an interesting outcome, but I think the big focus for all of us has to be to continue the tremendous political progress that has happened here over the course of the last decade or so. And I think that the duty and responsibility of all parties who claim to be pro-agreement is to work together to face down those who are anti-agreement. And we know that there are people on the unionist side who are anti-agreement and who wish to bring all that we have built up over the course of recent years down. We've had to face down people within our own political situation, and we have done that. We have put our policies to the electorate, and overwhelmingly at election after election we can clearly see that there is a tremendous support for the peace process within the Nationalist Republican community.
Traditional Unionist Voice TUV 66197. 66197. Bairbre de Brun Sinn Féin 126184. Democratic Unionist Party, DUP, 88346. 88346.
I want to thank everyone who voted for me in this election. Tá má Tarbh sásta agus tá má fear week the gafe no hum voted out. And I consider the vote that I received in this election as an endorsement of the work that we have been doing to build a society that's built on and based on partnership and equality, and on our rejection of sectarianism.
And Bairbre, how do you feel about the collapse in the DUP vote?
Well, I think we need to wait until we see what's happening today before I get into talking about other people's results. I'm talking now very confidently, thankfully, at last about my own vote and my own result that I know that's here. But I think very clearly I see the vote that I received as an endorsement of positive politics, and I think what people have seen and want to see in the time ahead is positive leadership from all parties. But we have to tackle the scourge of sectarianism. We have to deal with the economic situation that is facing people today. And I promise to do my part in showing that positive leadership in the time ahead.
But is there a pressure now on unionism rather than on nationalism or republicanism?
I think what's coming out of this and what I heard on the doorsteps and even in people's reactions to what they saw in terms of the panel discussions and candidate discussions is that people want to see their politicians work together. They want to see positive leadership. They want people to move forward together. And I think that is a message that I'm taking out of this, but I think it's a message that others can take also.
The processes which delivered IRA, Sinn Féin, right to the heart of our government. The processes which gave us, as our joint British Minister, that wicked personification of the IRA's campaign, McGuinness himself, and who were waiting for an election in which to declare their opposition, in which to declare their sense of betrayal by those who give us IRA Sinn Féin to rule over us.
Well, I would have thought that the success of any election is judged by who wins that election. And quite clearly, Sinn Féin had a tremendous performance today with Bairbre de Brun, and I want to congratulate Barbara for her tremendous result, coming at the head of the poll with over 126,000 votes. And quite clearly, we have seen in the course of this election that there is a constituency led by Jim Allister who are hostile to the power sharing agreement, that is the Good Friday Agreement and the Nationalist Agreement, who are opposed to the All-Ireland institutions that have been established, and who are opposed to Sinn Féin's strategy of trying to bring about Irish reunification by peaceful and democratic means. And clearly that is an issue that will have to be addressed in the time ahead, mostly I believe by the unionist political establishment.
I'd like to thank the returning officer and all of the staff here today. It's a great honour to be re-elected as a member of the European Parliament. I'd also like to thank all of those who worked in the Sinn Féin election team, to thank our supporters, to thank all the Sinn Féin candidates who stood throughout the country, and also to thank the team that has worked with me in the European Parliament in the last period. The vote that I received is an overwhelmingly endorsement of the peace process and of our work to build a society based on partnership and on equality. As a society, we have a choice whether to move forward or to move backwards, whether to remain divided or whether to work together in the time ahead. Now, more than ever, we need positive leadership, positive political leadership from all parties. We need to build a better future. And I promise and I pledge to you today to use my mandate responsibly to work for a better future for all. Thank you.
I want to really congratulate everybody who was part of this election team, thank everyone who voted for me, but also to thank those who worked with me in the European Parliament. And I want to congratulate all of those who stood for our party right across the island of Ireland. I think what's really, really important now is that we build on the work that we've done. We've carried out fantastic work in the European Parliament and at home. We need to build on that. We need to challenge and really, really challenge strongly the evil of sectarianism. We need to work on the economic issues that are facing people every single day. And I pledge to work very, very positively and to use my mandate positively in the time ahead.
Something inside so strong.